lunch is the garlic Parmesan chicken lasagna roll-ups. I made this in my meal prep. I shared it in my meal prep, which was posted on Monday. So check out that video, but this smells amazing. Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm getting ready to sit down and eat my lunch, which I just showed to you. Actually, I have not tried this yet. I only tried the sauce when I was making it. I haven't tried the whole thing, so let's do a first impression bite. This is really good. I knew it was gonna be good because of the pesto and all of that. Oh my gosh, I still have to put it in my tracker to see calories and points and all that, but really, really good. So let me tell you about my weekend. I actually started filming Friday, doing like a productive vlog, but I had so much going on this weekend that I did not think I would have time to edit it and everything, and those take a little bit to edit since there's so many clips. And I really didn't want to, I had so much on my plate to do on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that I didn't want to have to, you know, move my camera around. It was just so much, y'all, so much. So let's start with Friday. So Friday morning at 8 o'clock, I had my hair appointment to get my roots done. So yay, done with that. I just had her just nip the ends. I didn't get anything else cut. So I had that at 8, and then I did my usual, I pick up my groceries. I went to Grocery Outlet. There was not much going on there. Ross is right next to Grocery Outlet, and I knew I wanted to get a few things for the projects I was working on, so the laundry room and my coffee bar. So I went by Ross. I found a few things that I liked, and then I had to go to Walmart, and then I went to Fred Meyer to pick up my order. So that was Friday, and then when I got home, it was about 1:30. When I got home, I filmed my grocery haul, put all my groceries away, and then I wanted to start getting the laundry room prepped, and meaning like we're putting a new floor in there. And I'll show you guys, I'm gonna do a whole video, a whole separate video on like the before and after of my laundry room, but I'll give you guys some little like clips, you know, and stuff of it as well. So the first thing I had to do though was get the floor all prepped and cleaned. But I ran into a snag because I wanted to get ammonia, which is what I've been reading is the best thing to get anything off the floor, especially if you don't know what the floor has been cleaned with. So meaning any waxes, because we're using the peel and stick vinyl on the floor in the laundry room. It is the main thoroughway between the garage and the house. So I didn't want to put tile down because it's gonna get really dirty, and you know, tile's kind of a pain to clean with the grout and everything. So we went with the peel and stick tile, but you can have trouble with it sticking if there's anything on the floor, if like any wax was ever used on it. And the flooring is really old. It's the original like linoleum, like sheet linoleum that was put in when the house was built in 2007. So it's a mess. Like I could not get it cleaned. It was just stained and terrible, and you know, there's just nothing I could do with it, and I just hated it. That was the room in the house I just hated going in because it looked dirty to me, and it's where I do my laundry, you know, so I hated that room, and I just wanted to get it done. So we had bought the tile last week or week before last, 2 weeks ago. So I didn't want to have to wait for anybody to get home. So I probably should have, but I did okay. But I didn't want to wait until anybody was home, so I was the only one here. And so the washer and dryer, I needed to get out of there, and since my son is gone right now, his bedroom is like right there around the corner, and it's like kind of down a little hallway, which is perfect to fit in the washer and dryer right there. Like they fit in snugly in there perfectly, and I could just block his door and then not have to put it out in the garage where we have to go downstairs. So I had those little like slider things, which we use at work all the time, and they're like fabulous. So I'm trying to use sorry, I'm just choking on my words. So I put those little sliders, so I was taking the washer out first because it's the first one right there. And the washer's a little bit heavy. Putting the sliders under there, and it just was not working the way they do at work. And so, but I got it out enough, you know, kind of like, you know, just kind of edged it out a little bit, and then got the sliders on the back and just kind of pushed it. And then there's like this little lip in between the the laundry room and in like the little hallway right there. And my husband had put down like one of those like divider things. I don't know what you call them. But anyway, so I couldn't get it out. For some reason the drill was not like taking them out, which he had trouble getting them out too. He had to pull them out with a hammer. But anyway, so I had to go up and over that little lip, which was fine. It was just a little just like this much, like a 1/4 inch. So I lifted it up, pushed it out, and then I finally get the washer in there. And luckily the dryer like weighs like a 1/4 of the washer. It just slid right out. Realized I had the slider things upside down, mind you. Also, when I pulled the washer out, I couldn't get the hoses off very well, so I had to go find some pliers. I had to pick out 3 different ones because none of them were like latching onto it very well. Finally got those off, and then I didn't know how to take the dryer, like, you know, like the hose thingy, like that big silver thing, that the air vent thing, I think that's what it is. I didn't know. I had taken my fingers and I'm trying to get it, and I finally get off there. Man, it took me so long. Did not know until yesterday, mind you, that you just use a screwdriver to untwist the ends of those. But I didn't notice that. It just looked like a little nut. Finally got that off. Okay, so I got them both out into the hallway, and then the floor was disgusting underneath the washer and dryer. We have never moved it out since we've moved in, and it was already there. Like, we just took over, like they had left their washer and dryer, so it was a newer set than what we had, so we just used it. It was so bad. And plus, like, socks that you went missing, obviously, from being put on top of the washer, on top of the dryer instead of in a basket, they fell over. I mean, it was a nightmare. So by the time though I got that moved out, I'm like, okay, I'm so exhausted. I was so ready to be done. So I scrapped that project for now. I didn't have the ammonia anyway, so I figured Saturday, when me and my husband were going to be running around town picking up prescriptions and doing things, we could just run around and find some ammonia somewhere. And so I started working on my coffee bar project. So first I'll wait until I show you the laundry room here in a second. So the coffie bar. You guys know I got a new Nespresso machine, and I decided I wanted to kind of redo my coffee bar where I could have both of my Nespresso machines. I pulled out I had like a drip coffee, a big drip 10 cup drip coffee. Plus it had a single coffee on there. But I only used it during the holidays when my family was up for like Thanksgiving or whatever. That's the only time I used it, because I'm the only one in the house besides my son that drinks coffee, and we don't drink a pot of it. And so it just really was like, just don't use it. So I put it away with like my holiday stuff. So I'll just pull it out at Thanksgiving and just put it on the counter or something. So I wanted my 2 Nespresso machines, my big new one and my baby original one, because I do want to keep that one still. I still have coffee pots for it. Plus, you know, it's fine for like just a shot of coffee or whatever. And so I just thought, I'm just going to keep both of them. And then I was trying to figure out a place where I could display more of my syrups. I have a ton of syrup. I'm not even kidding when I tell you I probably have 30 bottles of syrup, if not more. And then my friend Krista was showing me her coffee setup, and she uses a spice rack, a tiered spice rack. And so I wanted to look for one of those, but I also ordered 2 shelves off of Amazon that had hooks for mugs, because that's the other thing. On my coffee bar previously, it just had I had a huge basket of mugs, and it was just just so much. And I also had mugs. You guys know I love my coffee mugs, and I had mugs like in the one side of the cabinet. So I would love to have a place like I could display them. So I got those 2 shelves thinking I'd put syrups on there and then display the mugs. So I also wanted to buy the spice rack just in case. And then the more I looked at the spice rack, the more I thought I'm just going to use that instead, and I'll just use the shelves as like decor and then hold the mugs on there. So I got the shelves. They came in the mail on Friday. So I started taking everything off, and I went to go put the shelves up. But of course, where the studs were at in the wall. So my husband has taught me well with all this home renovations that we've been doing in the last 2 years. I have learned what a stud finder is. I know how to do the anchor screws and all of that stuff. So I got his stud finder and his level, because I knew he would check if it was level or not. And where the studs were at, my coffee bar was like, they wouldn't be over my coffee bar. It wouldn't be like centered over there. So I had to move my coffee bar over, which was fine because it really wasn't centered on the wall anyway. It was more centered with like the dining room table. So I found my studs, got my shelves up, moved my coffee bar over, and then I got everything hung up, and then I used that spice rack for my coffee syrups. I love how it turned out. So I'll show you right here, like my whole like coffee bar and everything. Now I displayed just a couple mugs. I only have 2 of those, whatever those mugs are that are, I don't know, you know, the real popular ones. You'll see them on my shelves. The one that has my name on there, I had a subscriber give that to me, and so I was so happy to be able to display that because I love it when people send me things. I just appreciate it so much. Not that anybody needs to, but I just love those gestures, and so somebody has sent that to me, so I wanted to display that. And when the other one says good morning, it's just one I picked up, I think probably at Marshall's or something. So I have those on there, and then just some plants and a little sign, and then I have my most favorite mugs hanging down from the hooks, and I love how it turned out. So I will try to remember, but remind me if I forget. Oh, I also got a pull-out drawer to hold my pods. So I have my big Nespresso machine, my newest one, on top of the pull-out drawer, and then I have all my pods inside the drawer. And then I put my little pods, my original pods, in just the little drawer I have where I keep like straws and then and things like that. So I just put all those in there. But I have like my French press on there now. I have my my regular like drip coffee, ground coffee, and then I have my sweetener that I use, and then I have all my syrups. I love how it turned out. So I'm so glad that my friend Krista sent me a picture of hers, because I never would have thought to use the spice rack. Never ever. Like I am so glad she showed that to me because it turned out so nice. I need to get more of those the pumps for the syrups and do that. But I will link the shelves that I got, which came in a set of 2 for like $17. Super, super cheap. They are so nice. They're really super nice. They match my house because my house is kind of that black metal, you know, wood with the black metal. Like all of our furniture is that way. All of our tables, our computer desks, everything is that way. So it ties in perfectly with that. But yeah, only like $17.99, I want to say, something like that for 2 of them. And then that spice rack I got at Ross for like $5.99. But that little drawer thing that pulls out, it was a little spendy. I think it was like $30. So it was the most expensive thing on the thing, but loved it. And so that was all Friday. And I really did not start all of that. By the time I got my groceries and stuff done, I didn't start any of that stuff until about 4:30. And then on Saturday, we had a busy day Saturday. So we had to go to Home Depot to get a few things. We had to go pick up prescriptions at Walmart. Found the ammonia at Dollar Tree. Then came home and I cleaned the floor really well. And then I told my husband, I'm like, this is my project. You don't have to do it. You know, he only gets his 2 days off a week, and he's tired and his body hurts, and, you know, I mean, it's just, I told him, I said, if you don't want to help me at all, but he wanted to help me, and I'm glad he did because I wouldn't have been able to figure it out myself. But anyway, I'll show you kind of the before of the floor in the laundry room, and then where it's at right now. And then yesterday morning, before we I wanted to take all the cabinets off, because I'm going to paint them. So I picked up I think it's called Bone White is what it's called. So it's like a creamy kind of white color. Like all the rest of our trim is just white. And so I wanted that room to be kind of more warm because it has, you know, the flooring, you'll see the flooring has, is kind of a darker color, and our walls is the same color. All of our walls in our whole house is like kind of a tan, kind of beigeish color. So I picked out like kind of creamy white is what I picked out for the trim and the cabinets. And so I pulled all the cabinets off, which they're the kind that you have to push a lever and then you just kind of pull it off, but they get stuck, they're metal. Those kind are a pain. I hate those. Anyway, I started doing it like at 7 o'clock in the morning because I woke up early, and I dropped one of them, woke everybody up in the house. Scared the dogs. Didn't hit me though. But anyway, so when my husband got up, he helped me take all the rest of the cabinets off because I wanted to do it before we put the washer and dryer in. And then he fell asleep because he was doing other stuff around the house and everything. And so then he'd take his afternoon nap. He's like a napper big time. I don't take naps, but he's a napper big time. So he was taking a nap, and I didn't want to, I tried waking him up one time, but he didn't really like wake up, and I really wanted to do some laundry. So I pushed the washer and dryer back in there, but this time I used those little like scooter things, whatever you call them, slider things. I used them the right way, and they went in really easily. However, I went to go hook up the dryer, and that little hose thing, like it, when I put it on there, it wasn't tight, and that's when I figured out the screwdriver thing. So I was tightening it up, but I was trying to put it on there, it wasn't on there, and then it ripped, and I realized, so then I had to cut off the end of it. You can cut those off and then just make a new one. So I had to do that. So I had to go find his wire cutters and his pliers and doing all that. So I got that on there. I got the hoses on the washing machine. Then I turned on the water. Well, then they started leaking. So then I had to go find another set of pliers so I could get them tightened good enough to do it. So then I started a little laundry, and I just left it out a little bit so I could make sure it wasn't leaking, and finally got it. So that was my weekend. Then I did meal prep. After that, I did my meal prep, and then I did all my laundry, and oh my goodness, you guys, what a freaking weekend. My body is so sore. It is so sore, and I have painting to do all week because my plan is every day after I get off work to do a little bit of painting. I have trim to do, and that's the other thing, our doorway. So the door that was on, so we have two doors on that laundry room, one going into the garage, and then we had one that was in between the house and the laundry room. But that door did not have a doorknob on it when we bought the house. It was just kind of carved out for a doorknob. Well, the closer my husband looked at it, like we just really hadn't looked at it that closely, he looked at it and the doorknob wasn't even lined up with the cutouts in the door jamb, and we looked at it, they put the hinges on wrong. So the door itself had a gap like this at the top. So it wasn't even hung right. And then I was like, you know what, do we even need a door here? Because the only thing, I mean, the thing is, it's like, the only thing is that now it's a little unsightly, like my husband said, because that's where I hang my grocery bags. And then I hang like our mop and our broom in there as well. The cat box was in there, but I moved it out to the hallway where it can't be seen, like it's kind of around the corner in the hallway, so then it can't really be seen, and it's kind of out of the way. It's in front of my son's doorbell. Like I said, he's not home right now, so I don't know what we're gonna move it for sure, but right now while we're still working in there, I just wanted to move it out of there. But we just didn't see the point of having a door anymore, so my husband's gonna fill in, like we bought some wood filler, I think it's, or wood putty, I think is what it's called. So he's gonna fill in all the holes, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. All the holes in there, he's gonna fill all those in, and then I'll paint that. But I have to paint the trim as well because it's really bad. So so that's what I have to do this week. That's my plan this week. I'm painting trim, I'm painting cabinets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're like the bigger cabinets. And then I have 2 other doors, and I'm just doing the cabinet faces because they go wall to wall, so I don't have to do any sides, and I'm not going to do the shelves or anything because, I mean, there's stuff on them. And the color's not that much off. It's really just refreshing them. And then I have 1 drawer I need to do the face of, but I'm going to leave the drawer in there, I think, and just do it there. But I have that, and then I bought new knobs to go on the cabinets because I just wanted to do a whole like refresh. So I bought a whole package of new knobs. They're just black ones, just to kind of offset that color and just kind of all tie it in. I think it'll be really nice. So that's what I'm doing this week. We're doing lots of painting this week. Every day after work, my goal is to do just a little bit of the painting, and then that way everything is nice and dry by Saturday when my husband's off again, and he can help me hang all the cabinet all the cabinet doors back up, and then that way it'll be all done. And right now I'm just cleaning the cabinets out, so my washer and dryer is like full of stuff right now. You'll see it in the picture. I'm just trying to go through everything, trying to get everything organized. I'll show you like the final, like what it looks like when I'm finally done. I'll show you kind of my organization. It's not a lot of organization in there, but there's a little bit in there. So 20 minutes later to tell you how my weekend went. I had a busy weekend. I am sore between the pushing the washer and dryer, getting up and down off the floor, doing the tile. I mean, I rolled it with a rolling pin. I'm gonna, like I said, I'll do a whole video kind of like our home like tip renovations. But you know, I was like rolling with a rolling pin. I am feeling sore in so many places, like the weirdest places, but it feels good because I knew it was like, it's soreness from job being done. You know what I mean? It's like a good feeling that you've got a lot of work done. That's how I feel. So I could barely move when I got up this morning though, just from the whole Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was full days of just lots of stuff going on. So hope you made it through all of that. Now I'm gonna eat my lunch, and then tonight for dinner I'm gonna be doing the Skinny Taste loaded baked potato soup, which is a mixture of baked potato and cauliflower. So I will show you how I'm putting all that together. So that's what you're going to see next. As far as the snacks I showed you, I ate everything. No, I did not eat everything yet. I ate the popcorn and the fruit, ate my breakfast burrito. But I have my veggies and I have my yogurt still, which I'm just super hungry today. I think just because of all the activity that I have a feeling I'll probably eat all of my snacks today. We'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow, I'm not going to share it in this video because this video is already really super long. This is more of an update on everything. And then I am working on a video that I'm going to share with you. And I'll kind of talk about some things that I want to kind of add to my life and all that. So that'll be in tomorrow's video. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so real quick, I am just heading out the door, but I just tracked my lasagna roll up, and it was a lot more in points for the two of them than I thought it was going to be. So it was 13 points. I guess I should have known by all the ingredients, but really was not thinking about it. But it's 13 points for 2 roll-ups and at like 679 calories or something. So between the 2 roll-ups and the breakfast burrito, like that was all my points for the day. However, I only ate one of the roll-ups. I was full after that. So I think my plan for the rest of the week then is going to be just to have 1 roll-up and like have a salad with it, because I think that I'll probably be a little bit hungry here in a little bit. So I think if I have a salad with it, which I have my veggies and stuff at work, so not a big deal. But so I'll definitely be over my points today with all of that. But like I said, I'm not too worried about it. We'll just correct tomorrow. But yeah, the original recipe did call for 1 roll-up per serving, which is what I think I should have done to begin with. So because like I said, I only ate 1 of them. I have 1 left and I'm feeling like really full right now. So I think that'll be the plan from here on out. So I believe in the meal prep video, I did say that it was 2 roll-ups was a serving, but I think I'm going to do 1 roll-up and then readjust my points from there and go with that. Okay, we're getting ready to make the potato cauliflower soup. This is from Skinny Taste. I pretty much do it exactly what it calls for, only I use fat-free milk. I think in her recipe she says 1% milk. This is what I have. I also use plain non-fat Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Again, just a personal preference, but everything else should be the same. I do prefer using vegetable broth in mine, but I had this already open, so I might as well just use it up. We have chives, salt, and pepper. I will show you the steps. In her recipe, she does say to use an immersion blender. I prefer the soup to be chunky, so I'm just gonna use a potato masher and just kind of mash it up because I just like that chunkier soup. Also for tonight's dinner, I did mention this during, I think my grocery haul. For tonight's dinner, I am going to put in some 96% lean ground beef, just in my 1 serving because I want to add some extra protein to it. Typically, I pair this recipe with like a sandwich or a salad where I add some extra protein to it because this does not have enough protein for my own preference. So I just cook that up and just have it on the side, and then I just sprinkle it inside of my soup, but you'll see that. Also didn't mention you need potatoes, obviously. So I have 2 potatoes in the microwave, or 3 potatoes, I think 3 potatoes in the microwave, cooking up. Steam our cauliflower in here, and then we'll just bring it all to a boil, but I'll show you all the steps, and I will have the original recipe linked down below as well. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and tape all of this off and start my painting. Okay, so we have our cooked potatoes, our steamed cauliflower. This is a mixture of the milk and the chicken broth. I'm gonna bring that to a boil, add some salt and pepper, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so time to mash it up. Now, if it's not thick enough for you, you can add cornstarch or flour. That's another reason why you can use the immersion blender, because it does kind of thicken it up. But for me, I'm just okay with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my potato masher and mash it up. Okay, so this is about how chunky I like it. We're gonna add in the yogurt and half of the chives. And I'm just gonna whisk that in there until it's nice and smooth. And I'm gonna add in a little bit more pepper. Put on it because it was popping all over the place. We're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes just to get all that yogurt or whatever, sour cream, whatever you use, cooked in there. And then I'm cooking up my ground beef right now, and then I'll serve it up. And we are done. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up. I'm gonna pair it with a salad, put a little bit of cheese on top, some of that ground beef, and the rest of the chives, and a little bit of green onion, and I'll show you the final product. Okay, so it is the end of the night. All I got done on my painting project, I just got everything taped off, which is good because now I can go in there and paint tomorrow. I can paint the trim and paint the door, and I should be able to do it. I may do some of it tonight. We'll see. It's only 7 o'clock, so about an hour before my husband gets off, so I may at least like do some of it. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Also, our garage door has been making this weird noise for like the past like week or so, and now it won't even open at all. Well, it opens about a foot and then stops. So which is so annoying because I wanted to paint in there and I need to have the garage door open to be able to paint those cabinets. So that project may be put off a week. We'll just see what happens. But I was really bummed out because this is my last Friday that I have off, and I really wanted to spend that Friday like getting everything done. The only other thing I could do is carry all of them, which there's 8 fronts, out the front door and all the way around the house, and then just paint there in the driveway. But it's supposed to be 100 degrees every day this week. So yeah, I don't know. So we'll just have to see how quickly we can get somebody out here. My husband's gonna call somebody tomorrow before he goes to work, and we'll see how quickly. And we know what it is, so it shouldn't be a hard fix. It's just a spring that snapped or something. So it shouldn't be a hard fix, but just whether or not they have time and all of that. So yay, home ownership is always so much fun. So I think what I'm gonna do the rest of the night, since I got that taping, which is probably the worst part of it, getting it all taped. I like to paint, I just hate the taping part of it. So I'm glad I got all that done. And I think what I'm gonna do the rest of the night is I have some work to do on that video I was kind of hinting at earlier. And so I wanna do a little bit more work on that video, and I need to edit this video. So I think that's what I'm gonna do the rest of the night. And I need to find a new book to read. So that's where I'm at. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a book review video this month because I realized I only read 2 books this month so far. I had so much going on, you know, we just had so much going on this whole entire month that I was usually exhausted by the time I went to bed and just did not do any reading. Crazy dog, stop. So I just have not been reading that much. So I think I may have to wait till the end of August and do a July-August book read or book review video. So I think that is the plan. Anywho, yeah, so I adjusted all my points for lunch, my points and my calories, because I only ate half of that. So what you saw on the screen for my lunch was the actual like points, and then I'll pop up here what my day looked like for calories. And somebody asked me if I would show like all my macros, so I will show my calories, my fat, my protein, and my carbs, and my points. So I will show all that here on the screen, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.